Thank you guys. Wade Middleton and I and Mike kind of got together and talked about this year's events that are going to take place here, and something kind of hit me. Coming in September 11th, this will be the 10-year anniversary this country's been at war. And everybody knows what happens this weekend. No, it's not that we're going to crown a college national championship for the Vote US. This is Memorial Day weekend. And that's kind of what I wanted to come talk about tonight and share how fishing impacted my life and made me a better leader and brought me home and the things that it did for me. And I'm going to challenge you at the very end. I'd like to direct your attention to the table here to my left, your right. That table sits empty. The reason being, for the last 10 years, there's a lot of young, college-age kids that has not made it home that would love to be sitting in this room with you. On that plate, there's salt. On that plate are the tears shed for those young men and women. And the ribbon around the glass is the blood that they shed for this country. And the seat will remain empty until this war is over with. And that's what this weekend's about. That's why we have the freedom to go out there and fish. Fishing has been a huge part of my life, and it brought me through Afghanistan. And you say, Shawn, how can fishing help you through your ordeal? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's a pretty neat deal, and I hope it motivates you to go back and make a difference in somebody's life. I was a company commander of about 100-something guys, and anytime in the field of battle, I would be in charge of almost 400 people at any given time. So I had a lot of pressure at 26 years old to bring young men and women back home the same condition they were giving me. Ranger boats played a huge part of that, guys. I had a Ranger boat that I took with me to Afghanistan. It looked pretty beat up. That thing was either on my head or sitting on the radio in my gun truck for 15 months. I had a division sergeant, reenlistment sergeant major who was from Philippian, Arkansas, and asked me one day, he said, "Hey, can I get one of them Ranger boat hats? That's where I grew up at." I said, "Well, I'll see." I knew the Ranger rep from North Carolina, Virginia. Some of you guys from that area would recognize him. Ron Insolin. Sent him an email. I said, "Hey, Ron, I got a couple of guys asking me for a Ranger boat hat. Would you send me some?" I said, "Sure." Or he said, "Sure." So be careful what you ask for. I ended up with 300 Ranger boat hats in Afghanistan. And those hats meant a lot to us. In the process, that sergeant major brought this poster to my office, and he went up in my office next to all my classified maps, and it was a National Guard recruiting poster. It said National Guard fishing on it. The very first one they ever made. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. All right, so it sat in my office for about 2 weeks. Finally, one night, I turned and looked at it, and I said, "You know what? I recognize where that picture was taken. I recognize that bridge right there, and it was taken from my home lake, where I grew up fishing at. And the odds of it ending up in the guy's hand that would be in the situation I was." See, there's one problem when you're a company commander. It gets very lonely at the top. It's great you get your own room, but guess what? At night you have a lot of lonely nights that sit by and think about the decisions that you have to make in the next day. And that poster, that National Guard fishing team that was put together, inspired me halfway around the world. I took those Ranger boat hats and I gave them to my soldiers. I gave them to the Division Reenlistment Sergeant Major. They made a lot of difference to me, guys. You'd be amazed at what you can trade for a Ranger boat hat in the middle of Afghanistan. I traded steak dinners on Christmas Eve for my guys for several Ranger boat hats, and it made a huge difference for me. I will only share one story from combat because my partner, LT Ron Sullivan, said the first time he ever heard me speak, he was scared to death of me. And he didn't even know he was going to be fishing with me 5 months later, so I won't scare you guys too bad. But fishing also has helped me meet some of the people that did a lot for me in Afghanistan. I had my very last mission that I did in Afghanistan. I had a Predator overhead, the unmanned aerial vehicles. provided air cover for me and my guys. And he saved my guys from getting ambushed, fired a Hellfire missile for me. Those guys we never get to meet because they're so far away. They're back here in the States flying those things for us. But through bass fishing, he and I got on a fishing forum and figured out who each other was. And we're able to meet and put that around, put the situation together. And it's made a huge difference. And my point tonight is to go back and challenge you guys. I'm a member of an organization called Army Bass Anglers. Our goal and mission is to promote fishing for veterans as an outdoor recreational therapy. There's a lot of guys that have got to come home with a lot of issues. They have a lot of great programs out there, and fishing can do a lot for those things. Where it's Fishing for Freedom, the Wounded Warriors programs, Warriors on the Water programs, all three great things that the Army Bass Anglers have done. I personally helped start the organization, Warriors on the Water in North Carolina. So I know what it can mean. And I'm going to challenge you guys, as you think about this empty table, and you think about you're out there with that national championship, to go back to your school and say, hey, I bet there's some veterans on my campus that I can take fishing and make a difference in their life. I guarantee it. I guarantee they are. Where's Wisconsin Stevens points? I want to personally challenge you guys because my driver attends your university. All right? I know where NC State is. You're just right in my own backyard stomping grounds. We got the Auburn guys, stones throw away from Fort Benning, Georgia. Numerous universities have the opportunity to give back to the soldiers that have meant so much, guys. And tomorrow, when the national anthem is played, know that that flag that you're seeing flown out there was recovered in combat on April 12, 2007. And that's what this country's great about. That's why we have the freedom to go out. So go and give back to the warriors that gave so much to you guys. Thank you.